This is gonna be best $139 you ever spend on amplification for your hi-fi system. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my experience of using top-end Mini 300 Class D amp that I've been using it in my system. This amp is stereo amp with gain control, fully balanced Class D design. It has 38 volt external brake power supply that come with it. So this one may be using TPA 3000 series, most likely 3251. As usual, clean and good build quality with miniature design that they've been using for these type of amplification. I will say this Mini 300 is cheaper version of PA series that they've been offering since like last few years. So this is gonna be more bang for your buck, and it has all the features that you ever need on these type of power amplifier, like auto on off feature, the trigger in and all those features. But this one doesn't have any remote control, so everything has to be do it on this control knob. So I've been using this Mini 300 as dedicated power amp. I tried it on my streaming setup, pairing it with Galubido Divinity R2R DAC or X2O TA32 tube hybrid pre-stage combination. I tried both of them with CSS audio, 2 DDX tower speakers, gain control set at the max level. When I'm listening to those combinations, it totally shows sound signature of each component. Mini 300 redeliver everything is most honestly and cleanest and quietest possible way that they can do for this amount of money, and it's exceeding any legacy brands $500-600 or even $1,000 amps in terms of background noise control. Precise notes with totally clean and clear background that it can redeliver is most impressive one yet for this amount of money. So when I'm listening to that combination, Galubido Divinity R2R DAC and this Mini 300, using it with Wii and Pro Streamer combination, I was amazed by how well they sound together, like jaw-droppingly good sound quality, smooth, engaging sound with total resolution. When the synergy click together like that, right, it's totally mesmerizing. I know it's not gonna be same price range that many people will use. I have recommendation coming up towards the end of the video. I tried that setup and I was thoroughly enjoy the setup. X2O TA32 combination works great, but not to the level of that Galubido Divinity combination. When I moved Mini 300 here in my main system, I'm pairing it with top-end DX9 discrete DAC and pre combination, using everything through that DX9 discrete and gain control and everything. This one is still using it as a power amp. I'm using monoprice XLR to TRS cable. I also try with RCA input on this setup as well. When I audition TRS input and RCA input back to back in this combination, I totally love the way they sound together with this TRS input in this Mini 300 for clearer and more precise sound. Then gain is also a bit louder as well. Aside from that, RCA input background clarity and darkness is not to the same level as this TRS input can offer, so I removed that RCA cable and end up only using TRS input. In this setup, I'm using these two speakers, Pioneer D80 design S1EA towers and Stuck Sound Beta 5 stand mount speaker, along with this DX9 discrete as well as my Sony NAS HAPZ1ES. In this combination, sound quality is very good. Doesn't matter what speaker I'm using with this Mini 300, right? bass quality, mid-range accuracy with very nice high resolution, high frequency extension that it can offer is pretty impressive. Decay and end of the notes, lingering notes are not as well as listening with my reference amps. Really good bass delivery as well. Even using this 86 dB sensitive 4 ohm impedance stem mount speakers, it very well deliver. And then also I pushed it to the limit. As far as the sound quality goes, this Mini 300 can offer sound quality more than $139 retail price will suggest, because exceedingly good sound quality for the money. The absolutely clear background is most noticeable performance out of this Mini 300, especially when you are using TRS input in the back. So when I was pushing this Mini 300 to the limit, I was using these towers. Those are 6 ohm 89 dB sensitive speakers, right? So I was pushing it with this Mini 300 and DX9 discrete combination in low gain setting, as you will see on the screen. I was able to push it up to like 95.6 dB before it shut down the one channel. So it shut down the left channel. So it doesn't totally shut down the whole amplifier. So it just shut down the one side of the channel. So probably that's a safety measure when you reach to that kind of power delivery and loudness level to protect the amp or the speaker. So it becomes like mono amp. I wish that they have mono amp feature on this one. That would be really nice option for you to have. So I try both RCA and TRS input as well when I'm pushing it to that maximum capable loudness level that it can produce. So RCA input only goes up to 91.5 dB or something, then before it shut down on one channel. But TRS input, I was able to take it up to 95 point plus decibel range. That is in the low gain setting in this DX9 discrete pre-stage. When I change it to high gain setting, it's really good at the normal level listening, low level listening, but when I push to that level again, it shut down even quicker. Most of the case, I like to use low gain setting. If your pre or DAC have that feature, I would say start with the low gain. You can go with high gain setting if you only listen to low level listening, then it totally helps. This amplifier itself doesn't have any gain level setting at all. So price to performance, clarity and detail and bass quality that it can offer, accurate sound yet engaging to listen, that's more to do with room and pairing component as well. This room is almost fully treated, so pretty accurate sound, I would say. Enjoyable sound itself is, doesn't matter what type of speaker I use. In this video, you will hear a sound sample with this Beta 5 speakers from Stock Sound. This combination worked out great. I mean, I can totally recommend it to you. And combination wise, this Mini 300 and I will personally pair with that Auto-Licted DR70 combination. That would be incredible. Even this type of lower sensitivity speaker should work well and sound incredibly good for the price. And also, if you like, you can attach subwoofer, but your subwoofer has to have high level input, speaker level input connectivity. You can connect 4 cables to that subwoofer from this as well as your main speaker, so you can totally do that. Another thing that I would like to mention is power output out of this Mini 300 is probably around 95 watts or 100 watts range RMS power output, no matter what they say on the specification sheet. Those are all dynamic power. So RMS power, for the safe side, I would say 95 watts of power output at 4 ohms, so which will be totally efficient to deliver good dynamic range and control bass. Basically, these type of amps are game changer because we don't have to go out and spend $600-700 for traditional receivers, $139 for that much of power delivery, best of all noise control and clarity with good precise notes across the frequency ranges, one of the most impressive one. One more thing that I like to mention is even when I'm pushing to maximum capable level of this Mini 300, the temperature control is excellent, very cool to touch. It doesn't get very warm. Overall sonic signature is clean and transparent. It will redeliver everything as it received without adding any signature or coloration to sound reproduction. This kind of price and performance is becoming standard or norm nowadays, right? This is one of the amp that I can easily recommend it to anyone to enjoy their music. These type of amps are really good for those of you who would like to play around with BEQ setting, EQ setting, or even DSP. Transparent sound signature, sonic quality, power delivery, and noise control. Everything combined, this top-end Mini 300 is absolutely one of the best buy for $139. I can easily, totally recommend it to you to try it, my friend. That is the experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, me and my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own. Mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought I was the only one. Thought I was the only one. Thought I was the only one. Speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of winds that will not hail. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude.